Across generations and materials, from silk threads to spray paint, these artists build beauty by hand. Each one uses ancient tools or modern fire to shape stories that last. She begins by collecting raw fibers, laying out each cottony tuft with care. Then, curling the strands one rod at a time, she stretches and rubs them across her lap. Spinning them into delicate threads. Each one is wound tightly onto a wooden bobbin, ready for weaving. But before that, she prepares them, washing the curled bundles in a mountain stream, rinsing and beating them against smooth stones in a rhythmic, centuries-old motion. Some of the threads are dyed in deep indigo. Before heading to the loom. She weaves for days and nights, the shuttle gliding with practiced ease to build a flowing pattern. Once complete, the fabric is sun-dried, carefully cut. And hand-stitched. After days and nights of labor stitched into elegance, she modeled her work like royalty, woven by her own hands. From soft threads to sturdy ribs, the transformation continues, this time in the shape of rain-proof elegance. It begins with blue stones crushed into fine pigment. She sieves and grinds them until smooth, then mixes in water to create traditional paints. In the forest, she harvests bamboo. Back at her studio, she shaves the outer shell, splits the comb, and carves each rib with surgical precision. Every rib is measured and drilled, down to the millimeter, for perfect symmetry. She threads the ribs through the top notch, knotting them one by one in rhythmic choreography. The shaft is filed and reinforced with spring and pin, small parts that unlock a larger motion. Now the skeleton comes alive, each rib strung to the runner and top-notch by hand. She winds a web of support across the tips, delicate thread holding strong geometry. Then comes the skin, rice paper glued to the frame, shaped with blades as fine as brushes. With a practiced hand, she paints traditional motifs and flowing calligraphy across the canopy. To protect the art, she coats the paper in tung oil, transforming it into a waterproof shield. Finally, she ties the ribs together underneath, a hidden lattice of strength. And as rain falls, tradition holds, carried proudly beneath a canopy made by hand. But silk doesn't just clothe or cover, it can become a canvas for memory, stitched in color and care. She begins by boiling silk cocoons, tiny threads unraveling in the heat. With a handmade brush of twig bristles, she draws each strand out gently and feeds it into a winding machine. Forming an even spool. The raw silk is then boiled again in alkali to remove the sericin, a natural protein coating. After drying, she dyes the threads into brilliant hues and hangs them overnight. She sketches the design onto paper, then prepares a black base fabric. Stitching on extra fabric to stretch it across a traditional embroidery holder. Using chalk and stylus, she transfers the design onto the silk. Now the embroidery begins. Every motion with the needle pulling dyed threads through the fabric with patience and precision. Her grandmother even joins in. After days of stitching, the piece is framed between glass, two-sided, and housed in a wooden case that spins to show both worlds. Every artwork begins with a mark, and before ink or brush, there's soot and flame. She begins with walnuts, shells and all, crushed in a stone mortar. The mash is steamed to release oil. Then pressed using a traditional wooden jack, extracting deep, earthy walnut oil. Later, the oil burns slowly with wool wicks, producing thick black smoke. Over this, ceramic plates catch the rising soot, lampblack. She scrapes it off, mixing the fine powder with natural binders like rice paste. The result? A sticky dark dough kneaded by hand for days. She then weighs and shapes the paste into rectangular molds. After slow air drying, each chalk stick is polished, hand-painted, and boxed. And finally, she grinds her own chalk and draws a mountain in deep black on white paper. From the ancient to the cutting edge, watch how glass and scalpels layer life into portraits. With a scalpel in hand, he etches the fur of a cat, one square glass at a time. Each layer adds a dimension. And when stacked together, the image comes alive. Then, a dog portrait follows, etched in delicate strokes, piece by piece. From transparency emerges form. From glass, emotion. But when art moves fast and burns bright, even fire becomes part of the palette. It starts with spray paint, layer upon layer of color blasted across canvas. Then, with a simple card, he moves in to sculpt the wet paint. He drags, scrapes, and presses, using the card as both a resist and a drawing tool. Etching in silhouettes, revealing sharp edges, and creating negative space with striking precision. Each pass adds depth, Controlled fire sweeps across the surface, fusing paint into a glossy sheen. The crowd watches as chaos becomes clarity in just seconds. And finally, we return to the wall, where sculpture and paint immortalize history in gold and stone. Using a blend of plaster and precision, she sculpts the Great Wall of China directly onto a blank wall. Stone, trees, and towers rise in relief, each curve shaped with care. Then comes color. Gold-brown tones bring the fortress to life. Red, pink, and green leaves bloom across the mountains. A lone white flamingo, painted mid-flight, drifts through the sky, completing the vision. What connects them all isn't just skill, it's patience, purpose, and the passion to create no matter the medium.